Stacks on her mind, grinding all day, hustle refined, chattering ceiling, G steers and untamed. Boss is her title, wealth is her game. Power in heels or sneakers on deck. Respect comes easy when you earn that check. From boardroom to businesses, she's got finesse. This woman right here, built for success. She's a bad bitch, and she signs checks. Built her own throne, what you expect? Dreaming real big, no limit, no stress. She's a bad bitch, and she signs checks. Oh, money moves, yeah, she runs the show. Hiring queens, now let them know.
Because honestly, this group is just fire. Anyway, I love Karangbin, so check him out if you never heard them before. I just love being a pretend DJ. But you should know that this episode is a little different. Today, it's a little bit more personal. So we're not going to be diving into any heavy financial topic like spreadsheets or investments, not that we normally do, but we are going to be talking about something just as critical to your overall wealth and well-being, and that is friendship, something very important in my life. And specifically, we're going to talk about the importance of being intentional about the friendships we cultivate as high-earning women. So I really want you to spend some time thinking about what type of friendships are you cultivating as a high-earning woman. They're so crucial to your life. So think about that, because ultimately, here's the truth. You can have $1 million income, you can have the dream home, you can even have a well-stamped passport, but without the right people in your corner, it can still feel empty. And you know, many of us just don't talk about this enough. So just be aware, success, if you're new to the high earning community and you're, maybe landed that dream job, sometimes success can be isolating if you're not careful. So consider this. As you rise in your career or business, you might notice actually your circle shrinking. Anyone resonate with that? It could be shrinking, but it could also be shifting. And it's not that your old friends don't care, but at the same time, your lifestyle, your schedule, or even your priorities might start to look different. And that's okay. But at the same time, it can get lonely, and loneliness isn't just a vibe. It can be a health issue. It can be a mental load. And often it's a silent companion to success that no one prepares you for. As a high-earning woman, we need friendships that don't just keep us company, but see us, challenge us, and hold us. We need people we can call when the deal falls through or when we're questioning everything, despite having made it. Can anyone relate to that? So how do we create friendships that match the lives that we're building? Well, I believe it starts with intentionality. And that means asking, who energizes me? Who makes me feel safe, but not small? Who can I celebrate my wins with without having to dim them down? Because here's the truth, folks. Intentional friendships do not happen accidentally. They actually happen when we reach out first, when we set the boundaries we need, when we celebrate other women's wins as if they were our own. And we're also honest about what we need in this season, right? Like, what do I actually need from friendships based on where I am in my life right now? Because when you're building wealth and impact, you need friends who get it, or at least are curious enough to ask. Because friends who know what it means to be the first or the only or the one that's carrying the vision really understand and can really relate. They can actually truly relate. So ask yourself, does your circle reflect where you are? Is it a reflection of your vision? Because one of the most powerful things I've learned is that the people around you should reflect where you're going, not just where you've been. And this doesn't actually mean you have to ditch everyone who doesn't own a business or doesn't earn as much as you do. It just means you need to choose alignment over obligation. Sound familiar? It should. Ask yourself, do my friendships support my financial confidence? Do they support my wellness? Do they support my joy? Maybe even my sense of purpose? If not, it may be time for you to recalibrate. Because we don't just deserve financial wealth, right? We deserve emotional wealth too, ladies. We deserve deep belly laughs, deep talks, just thinking of you texts, which are my favorite. And then let's dream bigger brunches. Who wouldn't want to be a part of that, right? I myself, as a woman who doesn't have children and who is doing my best to live my life on purpose, actually, here's what my intentional playbook for friendships look like. I'm going to share it with you. Feel free. You can always add the ones I've missed, but these are the most important types of friendships in my life. So feel free to check it out. My first is mentee friendships. How many of you out there have something I call mentee friendships? And mentee friendships is really about giving back. And really, that's important to me because having friendships with young women who I get to mentor and guide is essential to giving meaning to my life. And these relationships right now include, for me, my nieces, young women I've networked with that need support as they build out their businesses. And actually giving back to these women just give my life so much depth, right? These relationships also give me the opportunity to stay current. Because if not for some of these young ladies, I might not fully understand what the latest memes on social media mean or what the latest lingo is. And I love getting messages from them about how much our relationship means to them. That's precious to me. Any mentee friendships? Can you think of any in your life? Maybe you need one. The second category of friendships I have are something I call mentor friendships. So what are mentor friendships? Well, I'm blessed to be mentored by some amazing women in business who offer me the same encouragement, advice, and some emotional support that I offer to the young ladies I just talked about in my life. See, for me, losing my mom so early in life at the age of 16 really prompted me to seek out relationships with older women who were gracious and generous in offering me their time and guidance. And they have really helped me to boost my confidence in some really tough times in my life and in my business. One of those ladies actually helped me to become an accomplished author. So I'm really grateful for these ladies who have chosen, and I have chosen, to mentor me. My third category, so ask yourself, do you have any mentor friendships in your life? My third category of friendships are peer friendships. And peer friendships for me, I consider these ladies my tribe members. So these are friends who tend to be a bit more close in age to me in terms of age and maybe their experiences. And I am so grateful for these ladies in my life. They're the people who've actually been there mostly through everything. And I've known them the longest. And when I think about some of these friendships, I think of my friend who both of us went to Seventh-day Adventist church together in my teens. Any shout out there to people who had attended Seventh-day Adventist church? You get it. Anyway, these people like her have had a front seat, and I've had a front seat to her life. She's had a front seat to my life. And because of our long friendship and because of how long she's seen me grow up, she can actually call me out because she can, right? She's one of those friends that's known me so long, and she's really helped to keep me grounded. And I'm really lucky to have her on this journey with me. The great thing about old friendships and people who've known you a long time is we don't need to talk every day, but it's always amazing to catch up, ladies, right? It's like no time has passed. And I know that she is someone who will always have my back. And right now, we are actually talking about the senior homes we'll be living in one day, right? So who are your peers? Who are your peer friendships? Should you be making any changes to those friendships? Do you need to be making a call, reaching out to one of those peer friendships that you haven't talked to because you've been so busy? Maybe a good time to schedule a call with that peer you need to catch up with. The fourth category is strategic friendships. So I'm going to call strategic friendships. These are actually my friends where we're focused on accomplishing something together. So think of it this way. These are kind of like my gym buddies or walking partners. My gym friends, and I think about like my 95-year-old gym friend, Doug, who he's like the person who encourages me when I'm low on motivation. I just think of Doug and I think, what a absolute lazy person I am. He's at the gym like 3 times a day. And then there's me, right? Anyways, I also have friends that fit this category in terms of networking and association groups I belong to. And those ladies I think of from an organization that I belong to called the Women Presidents Association. And that organization is an organization where those friendships, we meet once a month and I share my goals and challenges that I'm experiencing in my business. And I get advice from this amazing group of women who really understand what it means to run a business. So valuable strategic friendship. Who are your strategic friendships? Are you out there doing this thing alone, or do you need to reach out and make some strategic friendships? Finally, values-based friendships. So I'd probably say the big difference between my friends who are strategic friends and the ones that are values-based friends is I think of my values-based friends as people I share a passion for something with. So for me, again, I can only talk about myself here. I love giving back. And my goal as I build wealth in my business is to write big checks to charities I care about and hopefully go to more brunch with those friends of mine. That's my long-term goal, life goal. So right now, I'm actually cultivating many intentional friendships with people inside charity organizations that I want to be more involved with as I plan out my long-term giving plans. So what does that look like? It looks like volunteering on committees and really staying in touch with people in these organizations to learn more about what they're doing and how I can get involved. So these are like my values-based friendships because they're, inside these organizations. And actually, I'm meeting other people in these organizations, other volunteers who are passionate about those same organizations like I am. So I get a chance to see what they're doing. It's an amazing opportunity for me to learn what giving back to a charity looks like and how I might want to expand on that as I grow inside my business and I grow inside my life. Now, I'm telling you about all of these types of friendships because I want you to know there's more than one type of friendship you may want to have if your goal is to live a meaningful life beyond your day-to-day. That's crucial, right? So here are some closing thoughts I'm going to offer, which is, did you ever think that your friendships are a form of wealth? Here's what I want you to take away from today. As I said, it's a deeply underrated relationship, and it's an incredibly powerful relationship. Friendship truly is a form of wealth. And as high-earning women, I feel like we often feel like we have to do things alone, and we don't have to. That's a myth, and quite frankly, a very dangerous myth. You weren't meant to live this life that you were building in isolation. So go where the ease is. Initiate that lunch date. Protect your peace. Say yes to building values-based communities if that's something that you're passionate about. And really say no to those dynamics and those relationships that drain you. You are worthy of friendships that match your growth. I've shared some examples of intentional friendships. Yours can look truly different, but ask yourself if you have a friendship playbook because there's still time. Remember? Karangven, there's still time to design one. I just want to thank you for tuning into the High Earning Women podcast. And if this episode resonated with you, I would love for you to share it with a woman in your life who's navigating success and craving that connection. And if you haven't already, please be sure to subscribe and DM us if you have questions or you need support on your financial journey. Remember, money is power and you deserve to own yours. And also, we've got actually more conversations coming your way all the time. We've got conversations coming your way that will inspire, challenge, and support your next level. So look out for that. And until next time, remember, money is power. And again, you deserve to own yours. See you next time, High Earning Community. Have a great one.